once more by our online parts expert, Mr. Tom Taylor from RockAuto.com. Tom, welcome back to Goss's Garage.
Thanks for having me back, Pat.
Hey, now you're always explaining when you come here about the inner workings of these parts that we replace as assemblies. What do you got for us today?
Today I brought some water pumps. This is a crucial part that circulates the coolant through the radiator and through the engine. And if it fails, the car overheats or you're stranded on the side of the road, or you can even damage the engine. A way they commonly fail is, this is the insides of this water pump. Coolant starts leaking past the wheel that pushes the coolant through the radiator and the engine, past these seals that are spring-loaded, and it gets into this space between the seal and the bearing. And when that happens, coolant starts coming out of this little hole cast in the water pump.
Right.
It's called a weep hole, and you'll see a little stalactite of goo coming out of here, or maybe even a spot of coolant on the ground. And a lot of times people think, well, I have an older car, I just need to add coolant periodically to the radiator. That's just the way old cars are. But you shouldn't think that way, because there's a leak somewhere, and if it's this, it'll just get worse and worse until it's a catastrophic failure and you're stranded.
Yeah, it doesn't fix itself.
That's right, yeah, it's not self-healing.
And one of the things that we do in my shop is just about every car where we can see the weep hole, we look at it and we look for just a white stain. And if there's a white stain, even if there isn't a complaint of coolant loss yet, we recommend replacement of the water pump because it is failing.
Right, yes, a small leak, it might evaporate or get stuck on another part before it ever reaches the ground.
Exactly. Now, the other thing that we find is that some of them not so easy to see.
Right.
Like this one, this is driven by the timing belt, so the timing belt cover and all of the various things relative to the timing belt are out here concealing it, so it's really hard to see. But if you could see it, then right there is the weep hole.
Right, where it's hidden like that, you just want to replace it as part of routine maintenance. When you replace the timing belt, there's kits now where you can get the timing belt, the tensioners, and the water pump all as one package.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if that starts leaking so much that you notice on the ground, you're losing a lot of coolant.
Yeah, and the other thing with that is we always recommend the replacement of the kit, all of the pieces, because they've all got the same amount of wear on them. And put a new timing belt on, and 6 weeks later the water pump fails. Now you pay all that labor again.
Right, yeah, it makes sense. The parts are much less expensive than the labor for most cars.
Exactly. Tom, thank you very much. And if you have a question or a comment, drop me a line right here at MotorWeek.